Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss a new topic or a new chapter, that is Geographical Grid. Here we are going to deal mainly with latitudes and longitudes. You have already studied in the previous classes what is a latitude and what is a longitude, what are its importance. You know, they are these very vast. Without a mathematical method, it is rather impossible to locate places on the surface of the earth. For this reason, for this purpose, some imaginary lines are drawn on the surface of the earth, and these imaginary lines are known as latitudes and longitudes. The vertical lines are longitudes and the horizontal lines are latitudes. In other words, the lines running from east to west. The lines running from east to west parallel to the equator are known as latitude. And the lines running from north to south passing through the poles are known as longitude. The intersection of latitudes and longitudes make a framework, and that framework is known as geographical grid. So what is geographical grid? Geographical grid is the framework of latitudes and longitudes. And you might have heard or studied about a Greek philosopher, Eratosthenes. It is he, for the first time, calculated the circumference of the earth by using the lines of latitude and longitude. And the most important use of these latitudes and longitudes are location of places on the surface of the earth. The most important duty, most important function is location of places, and also various calculations and we can find out directions with the help of this geographical grid. Otherwise, these lines of latitude and longitude. Now let us see some of the important aspects of latitude. Now we are going to see some of the important aspects of latitude. Lines of latitude are imaginary lines. Don't forget, lines of latitudes are imaginary lines joining all places having the same latitude towards north or south of the equator. So, the most important function, lines of latitude join all places having the same latitude north or south of the equator. And secondly, a latitude is the angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. Secondly, a latitude is the angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. And thirdly, latitudes are marked in degrees with equator beginning 0 degree. Equator is at 0 degree and up to north pole 90 degree and up to south pole 90 degree. All those things I will be explaining later on. What is it? Latitudes are marked in degrees. Now again, how latitudes are calculated according to the angle of a place makes with the center of the earth. Latitudes are calculated according to the angle of a place makes with the center of the earth. This is the way how latitudes are calculated. Again, latitudes are, I saw in the beginning, I told you, latitudes are parallel to the equator and they are parallel to other latitudes. That is the reason they are called parallels of latitude. They never touch each other. Latitudes never touch each other. They are parallels of, that is the very reason they are known as parallels of latitude. And unlike longitudes, each latitude is full circle, and equator is the biggest circle. From equator to the poles, each latitude is a circle, but the circumference of the circle keeps on reducing. The circumference of the circle keeps on reducing, but every latitude is a full circle. And another characteristic is the lines of latitude are not equal length and become, as I told you in the beginning, they become smaller and smaller as it moves towards the poles. So every latitude is a circle, but they are not equal. They are not equal in height. Sorry, they are not equal in shape. Circle keeps on reducing and reducing and reducing as latitudes move towards poles. So you have to understand what is latitude, what is longitude, and what are the importance or what are the characteristics of latitude, and what is the most important function of this grid? Locate places on the surface of the earth. That is the most important function of this grid system. Always you have to keep in mind, there are no lines like this. These are imaginary lines. By seeing itself we can understand these are imaginary lines which are made on the surface of the earth or surface of the globe to locate places.